sometimes like all you want to do is run. Hear me out, hear me out. If all the things you never show, there are the things I want to know. Secrets start in your heart to slow. But if you don't want to tell me now, I guess I'll never know. Losing almost all my energy. It's getting hard to talk to you, and I'm the only one who speaks. It's all the things you never show. There are the things I want to know. Secrets start in your heart to slow. But if you don't want to tell me now, I guess I'll never know. Here we go.
Okay, guys. Hey, welcome to the live. Here we go. And actually, the reason why I can do a live today and possibly tomorrow is because somebody at work said, "Can I take your nights and you can work my day shift?" And I'm just like, yeah. so, so basically, I got off my 8 o'clock p.m. one, then worked at 6:30 this morning, and then I get the same tomorrow again. Actually, no, I started at 6. But anyways, thank you guys for being here. Charmaine, oh, Charmaine wanted to hear, I think, the Rick rolls. I think she must be missing those. So if you guys got a membership just then from Charmaine, thank you. Let's see. Angelina for Justice, Leanne, Dam Grendel, Gasp Gal, and have you seen me? Absolutely not. Anyways, you guys, so what is today? Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. And before we get started, yeah, I want you to check your messenger. Okay, I just had looked at it, Charmaine. So Charmaine says, okay, can you please do me a favor and say on your live that whoever entered to win Darius pens and bracelets to email her their address, please. So again, whoever entered to win the Darius pens and or bracelets to email Charmaine, of course, email Charmaine. So anyways, did I say that right? Okay. Is that okay, Charmaine? All right. Now, there we go. I was just going to say, put up your email there, chicka. There. So there's Charmaine's True Crime Story Pod at gmail.com. All right. And so anyways, thank you guys for being here. Glad you guys are here. I want to say first and foremost, so I was just before I got off work, I heard a couple of the others, talking about Dolly. And I was just like, so I walk out there going, Dolly? I was like, one of my favorite songs with Dolly, Dolly Parton obviously passed away, but I didn't know that at this time, right? So I come strutting out there going, yeah, singing like hard Candy Christmas. I love that song. There's many. I mean, I remember Dolly from working 9 to 5. You guys know it. I know most of you guys are of this age or around. But anyways, so Dolly Parton, iconic. Her and Kenny Rogers. Remember Islands in the Stream? Remember that one? So, yeah, absolutely. Rest in peace, Dolly. And later I'll play because I know that I think it was her. Was it her brother or something? Said something on one of his media outlets or whatever. But it's on this thing. But I'll do that a bit later. I feel like I was gonna do it at the start, and then I was like, I'm thinking maybe I'll wait till later. But I just want. I know. It's just that it's so hard when people that you grew up watching, listening to, and just like the circle of life. And 80 years old, not bad, not bad. And it's just like, but so I didn't know at work that she had passed. Like I just heard them talking about Dolly, and apparently Dolly, very much I guess into literary, and something about 300 million books she had given away for free, um, from whatever this book thing was. One of my fellow coworkers was talking about. But anyways, I just want to say, Dolly, I've loved you always. Very much, very smart lady, you know, regardless of the blonde and the boobs, stuff like that. Some people think, blonde hair. But anyways, very smart lady. Just, it's just very sad, But you know what? She gave us a lot of great songs to listen to, and just an iconic person for sure. Colleen been a member for 12 months. And if I'm not mistaken, right? Because Dolly loved bling. She liked bling, 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 and I've always been a bling person too. But Dolly, I think she liked her rhinestones, rhinestones. Um, my mom loved Dolly, and I was listening to her when I was a little girl. That's how I learned how to spell. Aw. And oh, Dolly Vision must be dressed in all black. I know. Whenever I think of Dolly Vision, right, I think of Dolly Parton. 9 to 5, all right. Islands in the stream. Jolene, yeah, Jolene. Because remember, what's her face? Miley Cyrus. Of course, did her take on that song. A lot of people, right? And then what was this? I will always love you, right? And then I think when the girls were talking, Elvis Presley, they wanted to like buy the song because Dolly, of course, wrote, a lot of her songs. Um, but she wasn't about to give up her publishing rights, not even to Elvis back then and whatever. But you guys know that, oh my God, why am I forgetting her name? Come on. Come on. Whitney Houston, I will always love you. Um, and it wasn't even it wasn't even like a romantic-y song, for when it had come out originally. And then but then when Whitney Houston sang it, anyways, just lots of memories of Dolly. But Dolly, I always associate with Kenny Rogers. Yeah. But anyways, it's just, it's like they're just, they just keep dropping off. Joya says, Charmaine, hello, nice to see you. Uh, no, well, actually, so that's what the coworker said was 200 million. And then and then she Googled it, like, and that's what actually, because then she's like, 300 million. She goes, I thought it was 200 million, but it was actually 300 million. But I'm just going by what the lady at work put up on her phone and was like, see, she goes, I thought it was 200, but either way, 200 million, 300 million. Just, Dolly to me, just like I said, love her. Beautiful soul. Yeah, you can always tell. I just love people that are just, down to earth, and that they don't let the stardom phase them and stuff like that. They just stay true to their roots and their colors type of idea. Down from Dover will make us cry. Hi, Leanne. Share cares, nice to see you. Lynette, thank you for being here. Rest in peace, Dolly. Hi, Sharon Parker. And welcome. Charmaine, don't forget about prayers for Shannon RV, okay? Very much going through a lot of health issues, very serious health issues and stuff like that. And so for anyone that is, as we get older, right, Charmaine? As we get older, there's little shit things creep in there. And then next thing you know, it's just like I was never a person that had really any health issues until I hit my 40s, and then all of a sudden it just goes down shit from there. Coat of many colors. So, anyways, prayers for Shannon RV if the, out there, if you are listening, but not say talking or whatever. No one can do Jolene like Dolly. Sing Birdie, Molly was her goddaughter. Actually, that's true, right? Yeah, on there. Let's see here. Care says, "Hey, Joyous." Noni, hey everyone. Root Strength. Angus. Okay, so you guys, TJZ mom, thanks for being a reminder. There you go. See, Charmaine, you're like, Sunny, look at your messenger, and I'm like, there you go. If anyone entered to win Darius bracelets or pen, you won. Please email me your address at truecrimestorypod@gmail.com. I will always love you was written for Porter Wagner. He didn't want Dolly to leave his show and move on with her music career. I cry when each one of the bestest pass. Absolutely. Hi, Women Fish. How are you? Thank you guys. You guys, again, for anyone that's watching that's not subscribed, just know I'm always having it on subscriber mode because I just, again, I'll repeat myself because it's not about the clicks and the views. If people want to subscribe to the channel and watch it, then you'll need to subscribe if you want to chatter. And it's because the people that are subscribed are the ones that actually care to follow the channel versus just popping in to be able. So I don't want the chat with a bunch of different, people yapping unless they're subscribers, because those are the people that matter to me, is the subscribers, because they actually, well, members and all that, that's different, but is for subscribers. So it's kind of like, if you want the benefit of chatting, then either you got to subscribe, and if you don't, obviously you don't have to. But it's just my way. I just feel like it's right that the people that are subscribed are the ones where we should see the messages and stuff like that. And Dolly started a campaign to provide books to kids. Right. Dolly's library. Such a good person. Absolutely. Hi, Kemi. Butterflies. Leanne. Baby Monkey. Thank you guys for being here. Don't even get me started. And let's see here. Lynette. Daisy May. I feel like I'm 64 and my health problems are just starting. Ooh. Jealous. Let's see here. The happy farm gals in the house, Hamitude. For Shannon, absolutely. Thinking of you, Shannon. Okay, so you guys, in today's live, so don't forget, Streamlabs in the house. I have modified it because it was cutting people off when they were typing and saying that their paragraph and that was too long and stuff like that. Obviously, I was holding out upgrade, like doing the upgrade on Streamlabs. Because, it's kind of like going from like Windows 7 or whatever to Windows 10. It just freaking sucked the minute you hit OK update, So I was just avoiding it, to be honest with you. And not to say that's not bad, but I like familiar things. Once you get used to something, I don't like change after that. Okay. All right. So in today's live, and the reason why it says thou shall not lie is because and this is for who's ever cup of tea. If it's not your cup of tea, have a good day, see you later. But so Shal is a tarot card reader, and she's one of the very few people that I've really, when you just kind of have a vibe with somebody in a sense. And Shal reminds me just of a very level-headed person, very sweet, kind, soft-spoken, and I always love going to listen to her readings. Now, I haven't listened to them for a few months so much because you guys know I was vacation and taking time off in a sense and stuff like that. And so I was listening to her one from Malaya's interview, and I thought I'd play that one and we can discuss it together, because I really just think that regardless, it's in reason to what most of us think and her thoughts. And so I dropped her link there. So if you guys are not subscribed, if you really like someone that you can just feel is like authentic, and I don't recommend people unless I feel like that they're authentic, then please go assist her, help her out. But anyway, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna play her not live, her video from a couple weeks ago, that it was. And I'm gonna put it actually on 2 times, because even putting it on 2 times, it's still, you can like listen to it just fine, right? And so I watched Shal here. Oh, do you? Okay, Garden Gal. She's right on the right. That's how I feel. Like, meaning maybe it's because, of course, her reads like align with my thinking about Jack and Lily's case, and many of you guys as well. And I know that obviously we don't have answers for Jack and Lily and stuff like that, but that's, I always struggle when I say that, because I can't imagine, like, in your head, how much longer this can go on for. Like, is it going to be a few months from now? Is it going to be years from now? When you don't, like, so imagine just thinking that yourself, and then just thinking about, say, Belinda, and what she wakes up to every single day, of not knowing and stuff like that. Oh, actually, if you haven't hit that like and subscribe, please do. Let me see here. I saw her post. Nope, don't want that. Image file. I'll put this up here. Okay. So again, to the generosity of people that have been assisting Belinda with the GoFundMe and stuff like that. But anyways, I just happened to, see this on there. Like when I logged in and whatever, and on Facebook, and, if Belinda's posted something, usually it will like be right there. But anyway, so it said the voices for Jack and Lily. Here, let me just take this down 1 second. You watch Shal also. Okay. So it says, I would like to express my deepest gratitude to each and every one of you who have helped me achieve the first stage of my goal in reaching 25,000. And again, I'll put that up in a second as well. For the GoFundMe site only allows this to be done in increments. All donations will go towards the upcoming legal proceedings, such as lawyer fees and what that entails. I know that she's waiting to hear back, from one. So as of yet, but she'll update us, of course. I sincerely bless and thank, any additional funding will be decided by those who donated. I sincerely bless and thank everyone for their continuous support. Obviously love Belinda. You guys know we love Belinda. We love Chelsea. And we're just fighting for the justice. And obviously, if you're doing it because there's no stake in the game, and you're just doing it for the genuine purposes, and obviously anyone that just even hears Belinda, any of her interviews that she done, and stuff like that, you guys can't help but always feel the authentic person, and when she wants to speak, Belinda will be usually say like, Sonny, got something to say. And I'm like, well, I want you to come up here and have your say whenever she wants, and I know that she's, like I said, she's been on Charmaine's channel, I guess, Clutch Them Pearls, Hidden in the Fog and stuff like that. I think she said she was going to go on Ninchies at some point. And anyway, so in order to keep, of course, it out there, it's not going to be thank you to the news for keeping Jack and Lily's faces and stories out there every once in a while now, but they just move on to their other stories. And then whenever some sort of increment or something happens in the case, then you'll hear the news pop out and stuff like that. And it's not because, of course, they don't want to, but they work for, obviously, networks, right? So they have to do what they're asked to do for their stories. But it's the people of the true crime community, really, that keep constantly putting their faces and talking about them out there to keep the awareness out there. I had a phone call today, and the person lives in BC now, but said he had been living in Nova Scotia. So, of course, anytime someone says that to me, I'm just like, oh, by the way, do you know about Jack and Lily's case? And he's like, oh yeah. And I'm like, well, where did you live in proximity to, say, Pictou County? but he said he was kind of like on the other side of Nova Scotia there. But, again, people know, I have to say this too, because like there's someone at work, where her mom lives in Nova Scotia. And all I have to do usually is just say their name. There's a lady that whenever I'm on my break or something and I'm sitting on the bench and I see her, and she's always like, oh, say, is there any updates to Jack and Lily and stuff like that? Share cares, right? Giving out all these pens everywhere, these pens, these bracelets, these stickers, and all that stuff. It does make a difference. So, for all you people, beautiful people out there, let's see here. Share screen. I'm just gonna go back to this for a second. So for all you beautiful people out there that are just doing your part, whether it's a thumb up on this, this live right now and stuff like that, whether you've made a donation, whether you've been in here giving Belinda all your love and support, and just those kind words, they matter. Everything matters. Every little drop does matter. But anyways, so thanks to a lot of lovely donations, and I'm sorry guys, but Joyous, two humongous donations of 687 and 696. Belinda Belisk 200, Pinky 100, just the facts, ma'am. What Joyous Noise it says and stuff like that. Let's see, Pinky again, Beth Hindi, and just so many of you guys that have made such a difference to help Belinda. So when I saw that posting, of course, I wanted to do that. So I will just quickly share that while I'm here. Copy link. Thank you. I will drop that in the chat. Paste. Okay. So again, I know that in the post there, it says like it's like the goal up there is 25, but it does it in increments and stuff like that. Thank you again to Charmaine that gifted 5 memberships, and to the people that got those, thank you so much. And with that being said, I don't think I'm missing anything. So I think I'm going to bring up Shal. Okay. So for all you people that already know who she is, then awesome. Hopefully you're subscribed. And if you're not, let's see how many subscribers. She's at 926 subscribers. It would be amazing if we could get her during this live up to 1,000 subscribers for her. Again, I'm one of those people that, I don't look to find a bunch of trash and just crap, when I'm do watch people. But there's certain people, and Shal is one of them, that I just love to listen to her. And she comes across, obviously, as just authentic and not there to embellish anything and stuff like that. Oh, I know, right? I'm pretty sure at some point Joyous was like, Sonny, what's your bank account information? I got $1 million to deposit, but I'm not here for money, clicks, and views. But I'm pretty sure I heard Joyous say that at some point to me. Sonny, yeah. And I'm just like, anytime, Joyous. Anyways, you guys, let me bring up that. Stop screen. Share screen. And let's see here. It's got all these ones up here. This one here. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so we're kind of going to stop and go through it and stuff like that. But I'm serious, Happy Farm Gal. What could I do with $1 million? I don't know. I'd buy you a lottery ticket, Happy Farm Gal. Would do that. $1 for sure, because it just takes one to win it. Watched her for the first time today. She did put out a video I saw 9 hours ago. We're going to play the one about Malaya Brooks finally speaks. And again, you guys just chitter chatter in the chat there on your thoughts. I know I have a poll up there, and basically it says Malaya's interview. It's really hard when you have so many letters to type right? And then you can't really type a lot, and then you run out of space, or then it goes -1 and you can't post. But Malaya's interview, what are your thoughts? True emotions is 8% at the moment. This is based on 74 votes, you guys. Just all fake facade, 32%. Partial truth covered up with lies, 22. I mean, it's kind of, she's disassociating to save herself. And again, so we're going to listen to Shal, and I'll be dropping her link throughout this live. And so I just want to say, sorry, I said, hey, Shal, do you mind if I play, your video on my live and stuff like that? And she's like, what? You're like, no problem. What time you going live? And I said, well, 5:30 my time. Well, I probably knew this and I probably just forgot. But when she said, oh, that's like 1:30 my time, I was like, you're in the UK, aren't you? Because that's where, of course, my husband's from, and 8-hour difference. And she's, and I seen the ZZ, and I said, replay crew on there. But anyways, so it would be nice again during this live if we could get Shal up to 1,000, subscribers. She's at 929 right now. So if you guys could, that would be great. Okay, so gonna start playing it. Thank you guys again for being here. If you haven't hit that like and share, please do. Helps the algorithm. Comments after the live's over and stuff like that, and hitting the like and the share, of course, count for algorithm, which pushes it out there and keeps it out there, which does mean a lot. You don't care to ever do a live, especially when you're talking about the murder and the missing, and it basically get any views, right? The whole point of it is to push out stories, where there's the murdered and the missing, and you want people to be able to, put it out there. So it just keeps getting out there into the algorithm. So, hi y'all, putting lawnmower up. Hi, Sunny. I need a lawnmower, but that's a triple X thought right there, but whatever. I can't see the poll. I came in late, beautiful. Oh, you probably have to go in and out, then helicopter grandma, because the poll is up there. So, or you should see it still. But if not, just go back out and in. Charmaine's channel, of course. Who's that again? Charmaine? Blah, blah. Okay, so I'm going to play it. You guys put your thoughts in there. 2 jewels. There we go. Those jewels will be for Dolly. We'll consider them Dolly's jewels for her bling bling. Thanks, Truth and Beauty. Her last few videos on JNL were so interesting. Absolutely. Okay, so Sunny, shut the fuck up and let's get going here. Let's play.
So Malaya Brooks has shown her face at last. Thought I'd do a little read to tap into this energy.
Oh, I'm going to put it up. Hold on.
Did a read a couple of weeks ago on Jack and Lily. You may have listened to it. There's energy there about some changes coming. And this is the start of the changes.
Let's do it at 125. No, 1.5.
The thing is with Malaya, and this is from my perspective, not from the spirit energy, I feel like part of me feels sorry for her. Like she's genuinely upset and missing the kids. But then there's this other side to her that I feel like it just makes me feel annoyed with her. So I've got mixed feelings for Malaya Brooks. However, let's have a little tap into this energy. So we're going into the energy of Malaya Brooks, Murray Spirit, the mother, the biological mother of Jack and Lily Sullivan, who's missing in Nova Scotia. So she's decided to come forward and talk for the first time since her last short video that she did right at the beginning when they went missing. There's missing energy there. There's lots of things that she's not touching on. There's more going on behind the scenes with this energy. So let's have a little tap. We're looking at an overall energy of why. Why now? Why now after all this time? And I feel like she feels like she's a victim in all this. It's the energy that was coming across from that video. So let's open up here with a shade.
Okay, 1 second. Whoop, 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 whoop. So 1 second. So, and just in chat, as I play this in just a second again, are you guys kind of torn with Malaya, with her emotions, and if they're like, I definitely felt that there was times, and you'll hear Shal say it in her video as well. And I think a lot of you felt this. There's times when Malaya was, it's almost like when she is almost thinking about something else, but what's coming out of her mouth, it's almost like a memory recall in a sense. And you can see, like, you can just see her like staring out, in her eyes there, drifting, as she's probably thinking about, say, to me, truth versus what's being said. On there. But I was wondering if you guys felt that as well. Like, if you guys are kind of torn, because I do believe that Malaya, well, actually, we'll get into that in just a bit on there. But again, just your guys' thoughts on it all, okay? And 1 second. I want to just go back to that part she just said.
So let's have a little tap. We're looking at an overall energy of why. Why now? Why now after all this time? And I feel like she feels like she's a victim in all this.
That was it. Thank you. Thank you. I was trying to think of what she had said at the end there. Do you guys feel that Malaya is, this is what happens with people that are, say, disassociated, or, like they just don't, in a sense, it's almost like they don't really have that empathy, that true empathy. And I don't really feel like Malaya does. I do feel like she feels like she is the victim of this. Like a lot of people go into this poor me syndrome, and yet they do it to themselves, right? There's many people I know that do that. And it's kind of like, well, when you live over a dark cloud and that's your life, you act like you're the victim. But we all know in this case that Jack and Lily are the victim, regardless of anything else. I don't have to give a shit about Malaya's mental health issues. That's not what I'm here for, right? We're here for Jack and Lily. I don't have to give a shit about what Daniel's going through. I mean, it's their lives. What's led up to this moment is all because of them. Obviously there's family members that are just distraught, of course, with, Jack and Lily missing. But it's not my job, from when two people are the root cause of Jack and Lily missing. Again, it's not my job to have to give a shit about their feelings and stuff like that, because I don't. If it was under different circumstances, that would be different. But this is about Jack and Lily, and not Daniel's and Malaya's, what the freaking abuse and all this, what was I going to say, addictions and all these different things, or drugs and everything, and anger management and this and stuff like that. I mean, when you live a lifestyle like that, again, and then you have children, well, we all know that no children should be in those type of environments regardless. But anyways, I will play more.
Is the energy that was coming across from that video. So let's open up here with a shame. Magician sword, confidence in your magic. There's something changing here. This is the start of the change that I picked up in that read a couple of weeks ago. I felt new energies coming in, doing things differently. And then 2 weeks later, this pops up out the blue. What is this energy, please? What can you tell us about the energy? We're starting with the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. This is bringing in a guarded energy. This is like I feel like there's new foundations being put down here, but they're being put down in an awkward way. It's like there's going to be a lot of people out there that are looking at this video and puzzled by the energy, mainly with why now. And when you look at something, when you look at an energy like this and you can't make sense of it, that's because there's underlying energies going on. There's more to it. Clarify this Nine of Pentacles, please. What do we need to know about this energy? She's very guarded. She's limiting herself to what she's talking about. There's areas that she's not hitting on with the questions that's being asked. Like, why didn't you go back? No answer really to that. These cards don't want to come out. We have the Queen of Cups. And it's fair to say that her emotions are overflowing for these kids. I don't think that she is... People will probably think I'm wrong for saying this, but I don't think Malaya is a bad mother per se. I think she's immature and naive. She doesn't look at the big picture. Her emotions are true. Her emotions are real. She's very broken in this energy, but she's still not learnt the lessons from it. It's like, feels like it's all about her, and that's like an inner child energy, an immature energy. One more card. We have the moon. Of course we do. Hidden energy. The unseen, the unknown, the confusion and the uncertainty around the video. It's like, well, why now? Why have you suddenly put yourself out there? Because there's something else coming. There's something else coming. It's complex. You've got to trust your intuition on this one. Things aren't what they seem. Clarify this Nine of Pentacles in reverse, this guarded energy. What is this guarded energy? What are we guarding here? Or is Malaya guarding here? Rather. On to the left. Guarding something in the past. We have the Democrat. This is my card for think about it differently, but it's landed this way. So we're on the right track with this, what we're thinking. Something being guarded here. In this energy, something new coming. We have low vibrational in reverse. There's a lot of energy with this card here coming in for Malaya. There's suppressed emotions, there's hidden negativity. There's energies there that is exposing her, breaking free from toxic energies. And there's a partial transformation. And what I mean about that is that Malaya's still the old Malaya. She's upset. You can see that. But she's still going about herself in the same old way. I just heard from Spirit conditions, mental health conditions, things like high functioning autism and ADHD kind of energies, where people lack the empathy to understand the concept and the big picture. That's what I feel I'm seeing here. Clarify the Queen of Cups. Why is the Queen of Cups here in this energy for Malaya? We have marriage wedding ceremony in reverse. She's upset about the breakup. We can't confirm that. Because revenge in reverse. We can't confirm that because she doesn't talk about the relationships. We don't really know how she's feeling. I don't think she really knows how she's feeling herself. It's like, I feel like we've got somebody here who's numb with emotion. The emotions are overflowing, but the emotions are confused. Her emotions are confused. Tell me about the moon. This is the energy I'm interested in. This hidden illusion. We have fate, death, new life. So it's like she's made a comeback. But what you're seeing is not what we're getting. Tell me about that. We have embezzlement in reverse. And we have health issues. See how somebody here? Don't look at what's written on the cards. We've got somebody here that's wearing two masks. They're really guarded. They're really masked up here. There's information here that she knows that she's not exposing here. There's something changing. There's something shifting behind the scenes. And this is why she's here. Because wherever it is, this video is going to support that plan. But I also feel like she is hiding something. clarify that. Wood concealed in reverse. Something's coming out here. When I say something's coming out, we've not had this long with Malaya before, so you've not been able to look at the energy properly. And it's got a lot of telltale signs in the energy with her. What I noticed with her was she was talking with this interviewer, but she was kind of in her own little world. She was in her mind a lot. She was constantly going into, if you watch it, you'll see that there's some parts of it where it's like she's in such deep thought, she's forgot she's having the interview, and then they ask a question, it's like, oh yeah, I'm being asked questions there. She's in very, very deep thought. Very, very deep thought. And I'm going to have a little look at what that deep thought is. The Magician's Sword, this is a manifestation of something. This is an overall energy. I had to stop to have a drink. I've got a throat chakra blockage happening. And this is telling me that the energy with Malaya there, she's just telling you what she wants you to know.
So, again, for anyone that's coming in watching, this is Shal. She's someone that for me, again, if it's not your cup of tea, you don't have to, of course, watch. Me personally, Brian Sutherland, you said she's full of shit and whatever. Obviously, you're not into anything to do with tarot card readers and stuff like that. Myself, I absolutely know that there's people out there that definitely have gifts. I know I have my own special gifts, and I know that a lot of you might have your own special gifts and stuff like that. But I always look for someone authentic, and yes, does it subscribe with Shal? When I watch her, does it go along the theory of that the people on the property had something to do with it and a cover up and stuff like that, in my opinion? Whenever I listen to her, I think that she's just so grounded and stuff like that, and I just, again, you take everything with a grain of salt. But bottom line is that there's a big piece of me, and I'm going to ask, what you guys feel as well, is that there's a big piece of me that feels that the bottom line would be that Malaya and Daniel clung to this alibi to me that they created to save their asses from prison time and from losing Meadow. But I think that for me, okay, personally, I feel like that something happened to those children on Thursday into Friday. That, between the vehicle movement, between their timelines, that are so broken in a sense. It's like everyone has amnesia, falling asleep and stuff like that. But I do feel that if the children succumbed to drugs, right? In my personal opinion. Thanks, Grey Wolf. Thanks, you guys, for anyone that's subscribing. So when I listen to Shal, again, I feel like I'm just, listening to my own brain, always thinking these same things. Now, there's a big piece of me that feels like that something happened to the children, but I think it would be more so, and I could be wrong, because Daniel perhaps brought drugs into the home and that the children succumbed. So I feel like that I don't feel like Malaya knew at the time that something had happened, but I feel like you guys know definitely that Daniel's, to me, a manipulator, right? And whereas I think Malaya is absolutely immature for her age, or naive, however you want to say it. So I feel like I just keep feeling always myself that Daniel and Malaya, regardless of what was going on, they that Daniel would have for sure, let me just put it this way, said to Malaya, like you're going down, type of thing. We're both going to go down, da 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 da. And I think that this scripted story was, contrived, and that's why the timeline is so wonky, is because it's kind of like, as we've watched the case unfold, and we've watched Daniel, especially because obviously Malaya only did the one interview, that Daniel has added so many different elements throughout the timeline over time, right? It's like filling the potholes, right, Janie? Potholes, but again, it's one of those things, is that Belinda telling us that her and her sister, Malaya, told them that she hadn't seen Lily. Last time she saw Lily was on Thursday, right? I believe that to be absolutely true. And that the 820, her saying that to me is the cover, part of the cover up, right? Because she has to match with pretty much what Daniel's saying for the gist of it. And you know how Malaya says, like even when she was messaging me, and it was almost like, well, I don't understand why they're telling a different story, because basically, we told the same thing to the RCMP. And I'm like, absolutely, you try, to. But the thing is that there were so many holes to poke into it. But anyways, so I feel like that the end all to be all of this, and Daniel saying that she's trying to blame everything on me, because when I hear that sentence, I'm instantly thinking, yeah, and it's probably because of you that the children succumbed to what I still consider to be accidental. And when he says that she tried to blame everything on me so she doesn't get into trouble. And so I still agree with that statement. So I think that something happened, and I'm leaning, for me personally, I'm leaning towards the fact that the gist of all this lay in Daniel's lap. But Malaya, I can only imagine, if this is the case, what Daniel would be saying to her. Like, like, you can't do this. We need to, we're going to lose Meadow. We're going to go to jail. We're going to go to prison. We need to act like they just disappeared. Why is there no Amber Alert? All that stuff, right? So this is where, when I'm watching Malaya's interview, although I feel like she's naive, that she's definitely not worldly, she's kind of like what Shal said here, and you guys, I'm sure a lot of you guys agree with, is that Malaya doesn't seem to possess this mentality of somebody that's necessarily the brightest bulb out there, that she is more naive, that she is more led. And I think that's what Belinda said, that Cody had said, about Malaya. And I just feel like, again, the bottom line became, it was to save their own asses. And, both of them, they're doing their thing. It's almost like they're pissed off at each other, but yet they're sticking to this story, because there has to, if it's to do with homicide and accidental death, or whichever way you want to look at it that way, you have to look at that whole avenue of what would make what would make Malaya leave the property. And remember, she didn't even answer that, right? What would make the two people stick to a story? What would be that ultimate goal of why, the inconsistencies in the timeline, but what would make two people stick together that way, right? And the bottom line is, it because to me of a daughter named Meadow and jail time. And I still think that, I do believe that Malaya, like, I do believe, like Shal saying here, I do believe that when you're watching Malaya's interview, I just feel like it's a recall, though, of that she knows what happens, and she possibly wants to say the truth, but she knows what the inevitable will be if she does. And that's going to cost a lot in order to, admit the truth. So I think with Malaya, when I'm watching her interview, yes, do I believe that she feels that she loved her children? And but I also think that she's delusional if she thinks she did her children any favors by staying in this relationship with Daniel Martell. Malaya has made her bed, right? And kind of like Shal says and what we think, like, who hops to relationships when children are missing so soon? Like, we're talking like within a month to 2 months. Who would even think? What crazy person even involves themselves in a relationship with someone with 2 children that have gone missing? You guys got fucking rocks in your head to even, sorry, Taylor, sorry, any of Malaya's boyfriends throughout this time. You guys, like, seriously, that's fucking crazy that someone would actually want to, in this high profile case, entertain themselves with a Daniel Martell or a Malaya Brooks Murray while 2 children are missing. That's just fucking nutsoid. Okay. It's not like, again, to me, a picture say 1,000 words, and we saw a lot of different things throughout this case. And again, just the absurdity of going, oh, you know what? I'm just going to go have some fuck buddies during this time, find some true love during the time that my children are missing. You know, Daniel, I can give him more grace just because it's Daniel, right? He's not their actual biological father and stuff like that. But the mother, I just couldn't imagine. So I do believe that Malaya possibly wasn't there at the time that this happened, like, meaning in the home, yes, but didn't know about it. And I do feel like her emotions keep going back to knowing the truth, but this is what she has to say. So I do feel that pain somewhat with Malaya, but then I also feel just somebody that's covering up from the truth. But anyways, my feeling, nutsoid. I go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. But anyway, so let me play some more. Again, this is Shal. Please be kind, Brian. Again, if it's not your cup of tea, that's okay. But you know what? This really, truly falls in line with most people's thinking about what we were thinking about the interview. And that's why I wanted to play it, because this is where basically a lot of our mindsets are at. Okay. Oh, why did it do that? All right, I'll do it again. But anyways.
But this is a thing that I have part of my spirit mediumship energy. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not so good for me, because when I sit having conversations with people, I have this energy where I think very, very deeply when I'm talking to people about what they're saying to me and why they're talking. I'm connecting with spirit energies all the time. I don't do it on purpose. It's just something that happens natural to me when I'm having conversations. And I can very, very quickly, when I'm talking to somebody or I'm listening to something, I can go very, very deep into their energy. And there's a lot of energies there with her where you've got this combination of what feels like some kind of a condition that she's got, but there's also an energy there that she's hiding something. She's hiding something about something. There's a lot of unfinished conscious energy when she's speaking. And her mind is, she's very, very preoccupied in the mind to past energy. And when you talk to her about past energy, if you ask her a question, you can see, I can see her mind taking over in the energy. So let's go to that deep energy. I've just got a real big hum buzzing me here. Thank you for that, Spirit. We're going inwards. It was my right ear, and that tells me that we're going inwards in this energy. So let's have a look. Let's have a look at the energy of Malaya, the deeper energy, the subconscious energy, tapping into what she's really thinking. 3 cards, please, to layer into this energy. We're starting with the 7 of Swords. We're starting with the betrayal and the deception and getting away with something. Sneaky energy, dishonesty. This is what you see between the sentences. When you look deep, we have the 6 of Swords in reverse. So we're staying with the swords here. This is all about crown chakra, logic, thinking, energy, how the mind is working. So we're starting with the 7 and we've got the 6. So we're working backwards, backtracking in the mind about getting away with something and dishonesty. And this 6 of Swords in reverse is bringing that, talking about it in this interview. It's like returning to that energy and unable to move on. So it's like feeling trapped, and she's got that scared rabbit look of I'm trapped here in this energy now, and I've got to really think really, really hard about what I'm saying, because Malaya's not, she's not a quick thinker. She has delays in her thought process, and you can see the cogs ticking over with her. One more card, please. We have the 7 of Pentacles. So we've got 2 7s and we have a 6. The 7 is bringing in this setback energy. It's like taking somebody back to a situation and they're having to relive it all again. And it's like this is being done as a national thing for everybody to see. She was comfortable showing us the things that she's been buying for the kids and cards and things. She was comfortable showing us that, because this is how she works. And a lot of you will be saying, well, that's helping her with her grieving. And part of that is very, very true. And it's very, very important, because I feel like I said in the beginning with Malaya, she's naive. She gets herself into situations without looking at big pictures. And then before she knows it, she's in a mess. But there is a lack of empathy. The tears are for herself. The tears are like a child crying for herself. The small amount of tears that she expressed, there was a lot of disgruntled forehead energy going on, like screwing up a face. And that's like, I don't really want to be here answering these questions, because I've got information here that I don't want to talk about. I've got information here that's dishonest. I've got information here that, you know, if you screw your face up when you're saying that, it makes you feel like, oh God, I can't do that. No, we can't go there. I can't look at that. But there was no tears with it. So I feel like there is something coming. There is a plan here moving forward. And I feel like she was hiding a lot of stuff, not just about this plan, or about what happened to Jack and Lily. Let's clarify the 7 of Swords. Sorry for the pauses. Tapping in with spirit as we go. 7 of Swords, clarify that, please. Tell me about this energy. Corrupted media source. Tell me about that. Breakup, divorce, separation. So this is like the question of why you left. You left in a hurry and you never went back. It's connecting with that. It's connecting with the energy of why did you need to get out of there so quick? The corrupted media source is the energy of the social media, where they have over and over and over talked about this. And this is what has spun it with her, because people can't understand why you would leave the home where your children have gone missing. So this is what this corrupted media source is. And that there is clarifying that separation, that leaving. Because that was a big red flag at the time. You portray yourself as being an happy couple, and there's nothing to see here. Your children go missing and you run for it. And there were the big red flags there. And that's that energy that I can see in her sat there that she doesn't want to talk about. And that is because the connection to Jack and Lily going missing is the relationship. Clarify that. Went to the left in the past. Drugs and poison in reverse. Drugs and poison in reverse. She looks like she's detoxed. So we're connecting energy here to drug abuse.
Going to ask you guys quickly. Where am I? Where am I? I'm hiding. Anyways, look at all you unhealthy people in the room right now. I want to give you my biggest hugs and loves because I definitely understand. So for anyone that's going through any health issues and stuff like that, again, group hug, guys, because a lot of us do have issues and stuff going on for that. I'm just going to say this quickly. Tammy, thank you for donating to the GoFundMe, $25 8 minutes ago. Tammy, and then with Tammy D, I'll say, and then Mabel Mullen donated $25 to the GoFundMe as well. So I want to make sure I'll show that later, but I just wanted to, because I had refreshed on it and seen that. And thank you guys for anyone that's subscribing to Shal. Again, if you guys could assist, I'm trying to get her to 1,000 at least. Hopefully by the end of this live, that would be amazing. So I'll just her link is dropping there. You guys, I see that there's some subs already. She was at 929. Now she's at 935. I'm just gonna hit refresh on that as well. Let's see. Do we got any more? 936. So thank you guys. Just, I only support things that I truly believe in, or people that I truly believe in. Sometimes I get it wrong. It's not too often. Sometimes I do, but it's rare. But there's little take backs, right? DT from Drunk Turkey Show. But anyways, you guys, what was I going to say? I was going to say something. Now I forgot. Too busy talking about things that I wasn't necessarily going to talk about at the start. Hold on. I got to hit play again.
In energy here to drug abuse.
Oh, that's it. Thank you. Thank you, Shal. Drug abuse. Martell Williams. Drug abuse. I'm just curious how many of you guys think that Malaya was into more than just a shatter pen. Well, let's just say that. I know we've heard Anita, make comments about Malaya and stuff like that, but I'm curious how many of you actually think that it was more than just shatter pens with Malaya. Like, isn't it a drug addiction counselor? Is that what it is that she's going to school for again? But it's not because of addictions, or was it a drug addiction counter? Remind me, refresh me. Refresh me on the schooling that she's going to be doing. Hi, Jane Doe. Yeah. I have an ex-brother-in-law. Thank you very much for that comment, Jane. I have an ex-brother-in-law. So back when I was 15 to 26, I was with Dion. Dion had two brothers and a sister. And Les, you're the biggest fucking loser of a male I ever met in my entire life. Very few have come close. And then there was Earl, which I always liked Earl. Earl actually looked like Elvis Presley, to be honest, or I should say still does. But Earl was, out of the bunch, was the good apple. But then he also got abusive to his girlfriends. But then if you guys could see how much Earl was in this state of lost drugs, pretty much everything and anything until you hit an all-time low. And to see what Earl has become now, I got a poll up there already. But if you guys could know, like, Earl, now he speaks for the government, but he, because of all his, one of those things when you live it and then you turn your life around from doing drugs and you become a counselor. And then Earl became a counselor to youths that were in his shoes and stuff like that. So let me ask you that question again. How many of you guys think that Malaya was deeper involved in drugs than what we're hearing about out in the public? I'm just curious, if you guys think that just it was more than just Shatterpen, that she was more deeply involved in some more heavier drugs along the way. Or do you not? Public service announcement. Sonny is not referring to Earl Martell. No, no. My brother-in-law named Earl. Back when I was 15 to 16, I was with Dion. He was the very abusive mother FO that I was with. Okay. So I endured a lot. And again, Malaya, never blame anybody for my own things that I brought upon myself. I stayed in a very abusive relationship. I put myself through things that no woman should have to, that I refuse to ever let happen to me ever again, and stuff like that. So that's why I can always associate with a female and being in, an abusive, controlling, manipulative type environment in a relationship. And we stay sometimes for the damnedest of reasons. And usually it's because we love them. No matter what they do, they just say sorry, and then we love them again because there are 1,000 apologies. Somehow it's going to change or be different, right? Now, I didn't have children. Malaya has 2 children. She put these children in an environment that was unhealthy because Malaya, she doesn't know how to make good choices. And I think we've seen that with having boyfriends. Your 2 children are missing and you have bed buddies, and it's ridiculous. And I heard shit today that shocked me, really, but then didn't shock me, because to me, I think what Shal, old tricks are hard to die type of thing. And Sonny, can you say one for yes? For which? Oh, okay. So if you're talking about for Malaya, if you think she was heavier into drugs than just a Shatterpan, say yes. And if 2, no, then say no on there. Well, that's the thing, right? I mean, it was okay, the fact that for me, because I put myself, but like my son, right? When you have a child, and as much as I know for me as a mother, just how much children mean to me, absolutely not. But you would never find me in that environment with children anyway, like meaning in Daniel and Malaya's type of relationship, because I definitely would have been long fucking gone, because it's kind of like you live and learn. And when I left Dion, I never wanted to be with anyone that ever touched drugs. I don't care if it was marijuana. It was because I had already spent a good 11 years of my life. And then don't get me wrong, I smoked my pot. I did some shrooms, did some acid along the way. That's as far as I went. But I did that. I was probably, I think, 21 when I had my last, you guys would call them, well, we called them Wiltooks or whatever it was, the knives, the blades, because back then it was like hash and oil, right? Not so much the pot as much. It was, but usually at the time. But then I stopped, right? I just stopped. And at 21, at 26, I had 1 puff of a joint. And as soon as I felt that feeling, I was just wanting to get out of it. And I just never wanted to be in that type of environment. But again, we're talking about someone who demands answers, that she demands answers for her own, the demise of the children, of what happened to them is because of them, but she demands answers. And this is where it's like, Malaya, like, where do you think that you demand these answers from anyone? You're the root cause of it. You want answers, absolutely. Begging people to help you, get answers, for any normal person out there. But sit there to say that you demand answers, it's I hate to say that, but it's just comical in a sense, because it's just so ridiculous that someone would say that they demand answers, knowing that you're the one that put your children in this situation. And now look where it's at. Right, Daniel? Right, Malaya? But especially Malaya. because she's their mother. She's their protector. So I still feel like Malaya is being truthful to some emotions, for sure, for Jack and Lily. But what she is shown on the outside as well shows that it's almost like, I'll put it this way. I had a cat, this one little shit cat named Bear. And Bear once I have an animal, I cannot give it up. But one day, Bear went out the back door, and Bear would usually hide inside of the Matthew's toys out front, like the little bike thing, with the little hoodie thing on it, and would kind of hide around there. And this one night, I, open up the door, and I'm like, Bear, and I knew the instant that a couple minutes went by that the cat didn't come back, I knew that something probably happened to this cat. Right? And I started thinking raccoons, but I'm telling you, I was sad, but I was happy by the same token, because now I didn't have to have this little fucking cat that I loved piss on everything that I had. It didn't matter. This cat pissed on everything, but I couldn't give this cat up because I just can't do that. Because it feels like you're giving up your own child and stuff. That's how I feel. So that's kind of how I feel with Malaya, and I could be totally wrong. But I feel like, yes, she's very sad and remorseful. But by the same token, she's been leading a life that would suggest otherwise, right? When you think about what Haley said, right? That she's dulling up and going out. I'm sorry. Honestly, is that a way in the first short period, drinking with your brother and stuff like that? Is that the typical things that people do when two children are missing, and you're just so devastated that you get up, doll yourself up, find fuck buddies along the way and stuff like that? So I feel almost like there's that piece of me that believes that it's kind of like, oh, these fucking kids were a handful, borderline, perhaps ADHD, and now it was just, all of a sudden Daniel, Meadow, and Malaya. But so that's kind of how I feel a bit, is that, yes, remorseful, but no, because I just feel like she almost feels like, whew, well, there's a freaking burden I don't have to deal with anymore, all the money these kids cost, all the trouble, all this stuff, it's just what it's been presented, and that's, been by family. It's not definitely because of Malaya showing her face and stuff like that. Anyway, I'm going to play this still.
Can you tell us any more about that spirit, that energy? Sad, emotional in reverse. Drug abuse. Numb. Can't feel any emotions. But now that we're starting to detox, the emotional energy is starting to kick in. So we're getting connections here to relationships, separation there. We're getting connections here to drug abuse. The Six of Swords here, returning to trouble or unable to move on energy, stuck in turmoil. And this card here, it's like this way up is leaving something behind and moving on to calmer waters. And this is like what she did, getting out of there. But the cards in this energy now, in this present time, it's not worked out that way for her, because getting away from this energy here has landed her in bigger energy, returning to trouble and unable to move on. Tell us why she's trapped in this energy. Drama acting in reverse. She's now in the reality of this energy. She's detoxed. We have lies. She's stuck in this energy because she's told lies. Can you give us some energy around what these lies are? Paper trail. She's left a paper trail of energy about, what is this paper trail? Gone to the left again. Something in the past. Routine, habit, typical. in reverse. She's left with not being able to move on because there is a paper trail of her being dishonest, and also with this routine habit typical, it's like her acting out of character kind of energy. Erratic behaviour here in the home. Erratic drug abuse behaviour in the home. And there's a paper trail of it now. Tell us more about these lies. Can you tell us about the lies? Self-sabotage. Assassination, murder for hire in reverse. This is like assassination, murder for hire in reverse. It's like it's an unfinished task of energy. It's an amateur execution. It's kind of an energy that lacks skill or like missteps in the energy. It's an energy of carrying something out where it didn't go to plan. And now you're stuck in this turmoil. And there's lies about this energy. Tell me more about the lies. Private property in reverse. What was going on behind closed doors? What can you tell us what was going on behind closed doors with Jack and Lily? What was going on behind closed doors, Spirit? You have the devil in reverse. This card here, this devil in reverse, is bringing in an energy of warning ignored. Warnings being ignored. It's like, with her, delayed realization of harmful influences. Tell me why the Seven of Pentacles in reverse is here. This lack of growth moving forward. You have fired. An accident. One more card. And strategy. The fired is her leaving that home, packing up and leaving that home. And the accident there, it's like rear view mirror, looking back on all the energies that you're leaving behind. And now we have strategy. That's the video. So that's like putting things into perspective from a different perspective. Whatever that means to you. Putting things into perspective about Malaya's choices and about how she stayed in this energy. Putting that into perspective for a new perspective that's coming. Clarify that. Communication and betrayal in reverse. And one more, please. And psychic intuition. Use your intuition on this. Betrayal in reverse. If we get her to come out and talk and people can see how upset she is and how clean from toxins she is, this is going to move this new energy forward in a new perspective, whatever's going on here. This energy read here is not the hows and who's of what happened with Jack and Lily. This is an energy read of Malaya. This is an energy read of choices that Malaya made and energies that she was living in with 3 children. This is an energy read about where she is now in the present energy and why she's doing what she's doing. So let's bring that together with a missing bearable. bring the energy together, please. We're going to the past again. And we have the Jack of Hearts. The apprentice of justice. The apprentice. See what I mean about the inner child? The energy. Young idealist, yet torn by complexities of moral choices. This is like somebody that is... she's like a young girl. A young, immature girl. Number 1. Interesting. Number 1's bringing in new energy. A new Malaya. Wrongly accused, falsely implicated in a high-profile case, struggling to prove innocence. Got a little quote here. Betrayal runs deep, but loyalty can be just as dangerous. With a male here. Betrayal runs deep, but loyalty can be just as dangerous. Wrongly accused, falsely implicated in a high-profile case, struggling to prove innocence. It's giving me the vibe that she knows what happened and she's been covering it up. I'll read it again. The apprentice of justice, a young idealist, yet torn by the complexities of moral choice. And that's that immature mental health condition energy. Number 1 on the dice. Wrongly accused, falsely implicated in a high-profile... Start again. Wrongly accused, falsely implicated in a high-profile case, struggling to prove innocence. And the little quote here with the male at the bottom. Betrayal runs deep, but loyalty can be just as dangerous. It's giving me the vibe that she knows what's happened and she's not speaking out about it because she is keeping her loyalty. Breakup, divorce, separation, the relationship. Malaya doesn't see the big picture. She's like a child. Her mind works like a child. And she doesn't see the big pictures in energy.
So that is the end of that particular one that she did. She did do one today. Put a 1 in chat if you want to see the one she did today, or 2 if you don't want to. But that last part, and that's kind of where, like I said, my mindset always kind of goes to, is that I think that Malaya believes that even if she's creating an alibi with Daniel for, say, said selfish reasons, that I feel like that she is trying to prove her innocence as if she didn't do anything, but yet, and that's what she, to me, is trying to portray, but yet, to me, she's covering up for the truth and what happened. Again, bottom line, so Daniel, Malaya, obviously Meadow means a lot to both Daniel and Malaya. Now, do we agree that Meadow should be in either one of their hands and stuff like that, or any children at this point? Hence why Daniel's girlfriend, right, until the answers come, she doesn't want their children around their father, because obviously there's no answers and you will obviously want to protect your children. So I get the fact that Malaya and Daniel have this bond that's called Meadow. I understand, like, for me, again, it's just my opinion, but that freedom, the thought of even spending a moment of your time in a jail or a prison, right, can stop you from telling the truth. Even if Malaya feels that this is perhaps, say, Daniel's fault. But the thing is that it's about both of them would be found culpable of, child neglect. Obviously, if the deaths were because of an accidental ingestion of, say, meth, children got into it. Something happened to me that night. It just feels like I just keep echoing myself, really, because it's just all so ridiculous. what we've watched play out, the different lies and stuff like that. And it's just ridiculous watching this case. And it's just like, you're just like, something has to break, something has to give. But I think we go back. If you believe that Daniel Malaya had something to do with the disappearance or deaths of Jack and Lily, you know, again, you would need a confession from one of the two. DNA, body remains, stuff like that. So yes, yes, yes. On this one, yes. Yeah, well, you know what? Again, thank you guys for being here. Please hit that like and share, whatever, for Jack and Lily, whatever it is, but especially hit the like button, comments, and that, keep it out into the algorithm. I really like Shal. I just think that she's very grounded, but I feel like she's just on track and I've been watching her for like months. And I just, when I came across her, I just felt like that connection of, it's somebody that's not trying, you know how you watch certain channels and they're very dramatic and you like, you're watching them and you're just like, oh my God, you're so fucking full of shit. Like you couldn't freaking say a card if your life depended on it, type of thing. But when I came across Shal, I like the way she spoke, the softness, non-dramatic, just kind of, here's the cards. And the one thing that always stood out to me is that everyone has their own abilities in life. So it's kind of like, for me, always being around people, I could easily feel the vibe of the room or the vibe of the person and who they were. It's just like, you don't mean to do it. It's just natural. It's just naturally comes to you in a sense. And that's how, when Shal was talking about that with her, and that it's not that she, you know, means to get all these, say, spirit information and stuff like that. It's just stuff that comes to her naturally. And I've just felt that the whole line of thinking, of ever watching her, I feel like it's not because she's not because she has this grievance against Daniel and Malaya. It's just what, to me, the cards are reading, or what we're thinking, even without having cards on there. So if you guys wouldn't mind, please hit that subscription on Shal's channel. Again, for anyone that doesn't want to be here, anyone that doesn't want to be here, then obviously you don't need to be. Sorry, I don't know why, but for some reason, Trump came into my head. And I was just like, I fucking hate that dude. Like, you can suck rocks. What came into my head for a second there was, oh my God. You guys, what's that, the premier of Ontario, Doug Ford. No, I'm not leaving. I'm going to play her other one. I was thinking about Doug Ford. And basically, he told Donald Trump to kiss his ass. And he's like, he goes, well, I got so much real estate on it, is big enough, or something like that. Anyways, I just like it when people are just authentic in their talking. And I love it when Doug Ford speaks. Anyways, Sunny, has anyone heard? Oh, shit. My bad. I got to message her. Yeah. I can't see a reason to protect Daniel other than, right, exactly, Dan Grendel. Right? Exactly. Right? Now, I don't know if Malaya was just playing the stupid card or what. But she had told, we'll say a source, but she had told a source that at the beginning she didn't believe Daniel had anything to do with Jack and Lily's disappearance. But as time has gone on, the more that she thinks that it's possible. 3 people on the property. Unless she was comatose. But she claims that she saw Lily at 8:20 in the morning or thereabouts, even though it is in the documents. They have all claimed that they heard or saw Lily. And so we just go back to what Malaya told Belinda and her sister, that the last time she saw Lily was Thursday night. So I can't buy this of, well, I mean, he might have. No, to me, the people on the property, in my humble opinion, is that they absolutely know. And that's why it's played out this long. They've lacked the evidence to prove it. But I believe that they absolutely know. Play a long game, play fiddles, see how Daniel's court case comes out, and unfortunately, it's a matter of, it's a time thing, but we don't know when or who is going to break this case. But anyways, I'm going to go. Shal, I hope you don't mind if I play your video from earlier, but please subscribe. Okay. Like if we're going to play her stuff, if you guys don't mind, she's really good. You guys go back and watch some of her other videos for Jack and Lily, because she's done many, but she hadn't done many because, again, if there's nothing really to talk about, there's other cases out there, right? So this is the one.
Hello and welcome in. I'm going to be
okay. So I'm going to play this one. Thank you for ours here. Can you bring up that pic of the front porch where there are no rails for a blanket to even hang on? I'll do that after. But in saying that, it was said that it was the back rails. That it was on the back rails. But I'll do that. I'll look for that after, okay? Fair. Wait, hold on. Helicopter. Shannon is not doing well at all. Please send her healing thoughts, prayers, and hugs. Such a beautiful woman. I pray for her every night, and I don't even know her, but in chat. Yeah. Sunny, some of us are not well versed in the UK accent. Having her on faster speed made it hard. Really? See, ours understanding her no problem, because I don't find that her accent, but I'll tone it down then. Okay. Let's see here. So we're gonna have to take it off. We'll put it on 1.25 then. Fair. Okay.
looking into the energy of Jack and Lily Sullivan today.
Gonna kind of get her
Into the energy of Jack and Lily Sullivan, looking into the energy. So let's leave that there for now. So I'm going to ask a question here to Spirit, and I'll show you how these cards are going to work as we go.
yeah.
So we're going to do 3 rows to start with. The corners, top 2 corners, top bottom corners, and middle card is the most important cards, and we're going to remove all the others around it. So I want 3 cards, please, Spirit. What happened to Jack and Lily Sullivan? Can you bring us some energy forward? We have no hope and least expect. One more card for the top row, please. And we have death. 3 more cards, please, for the second row. Can you tell us what happened to Jack and Lily Sullivan? 3 cards, please. These take a little bit more time to come out. We have big surprise. Big fat liar. Coming in with the 5 of diamonds. One more card for the second row. What happened to Jack and Lily Sullivan? Just slipped under there. We have nightmares. One more row, please. So we'll get this third row out and then we can start looking at this energy. And it's gave me 3 altogether. We have wrong way, we have a scandal, and short trip. So, like I said in
Is
the
better,
beginning,
Charmaine? Charmaine, is this better?
these 2 cards here, this card in the middle here, and these 2 here are the most important. So I'm going to remove the other cards. We have least expect, big surprise, nightmares, and scandal. And we're just going to leave those there to the side. So I want to have a look at these cards. And I'm going to put them in order. So we're going to start with these aces. We have death, short trip, big fat liar, wrong way, and no hope, with the King of Clubs. Okay, so we're going to do some clarifiers for these cards. And we're going to try and open up some energy for Jack and Lily. So I'm going to start here with this death card. What can you tell us about this energy, please, Spirit? What can you tell us? We have secret. So I'm just doing 2 clarifiers for each card at this moment in time. One more card. Clarify this secret. What can you tell us? We have DNA in reverse. Secret about the evidence. We have short trip. So we're just moving through the energy and we're just getting some cards on the table. So we have short trip. What can you tell us about a short trip after the death, Spirit? We have wrong way, go back. They got it wrong. In reverse. Can you clarify that? We have supplier in reverse. I'm going to be reading these. We're just getting the cards out. So clarify the big fat liar. We have social media in reverse. Clarify this, please. And we have the devil. 9 of hearts, wrong way. We have family. Cards popping out. Premeditated. And the no hope card. What can you tell me about the no hope? We have life insurance in reverse. One more card. And we have private property. So let's go back to this column here. This death energy. This secret, this DNA being exposed here. In this card here. This is about evidence, and this fell in reverse. So there's a secret about the evidence of the death. Can you tell me any more about that evidence? The secret connecting with the evidence. Can you tell me any more about that? We have fired in reverse. One more card, please. Gone to the left. And we have a male. This fired in reverse is bringing in an energy of, it's like an energy of overlooked clues in the energy, connecting with a male. So it's an evidence that is being kept secret. and it's kind of connecting to something else in the past. Not sure what there is at the moment. Tell me more about this male energy, please. I don't know why my camera space has gone really short, and I don't want to mess with it and lose the video. So bear with. Let me have a little shuffle up. Tell me. Too many cards. Tell me about this male energy. Why is this male energy here? What is the connection? We have snake backstabber. I've got quite a few cards that has gone to the left over there. We'll take that one. And we've got follow the money. There's lies here in this energy. There's evidence being held secret here about a death in the energy. The short trip, wrong way go back, they got it wrong. Clarified with supplier in reverse. There's something about a short trip. It's connected me to that information about cars up and down that night. Up and down the road outside the home that night. There's something connected with that. We've got wrong way go back, they got it wrong, and it's in reverse. So there was something connecting there with that information that was right. And the supplier in reverse. It's like an unverified source of energy. It's like the source that brought the information forward about a vehicle travelling back and to. There's something about that energy that made this feel like it could have been misleading. Clarify that. We have child. Tell me more. Confession, making a deal. It's like somebody's statement couldn't be verified. The information is correct about a vehicle moving in the night, but the supplier of the information couldn't be verified because there was something else that was throwing it in the energy. Tell me more about that. We have hired. It's like, it feels like neighborhood issues. So it's like that energy where you feel like somebody's just saying something for the sake of it and it's misleading. But the information wasn't misleading about the short trips. Tell me about this big fat liar with this toxic energy and the social media in reverse. This feels like interview energy. We have crossroads in reverse and we have bloodline family lineage. This is family energy. Talking on social media, bringing toxic energies. And the crossroads here in reverse. It's like a deterrent energy. Tell me about that. Tell me about the crossroads in reverse. We have aliens. It's like, see how the finger of the alien is pointing upwards. I'm losing my cards on the screen. See how the aliens are pointing upwards, pointing to the family lineage, pointing to the toxic, pointing to the social media in reverse. It's like the finger pointing is like, it's like the alien is gesturing that something here needs more investigation in this big fat liar energy. Tell me about the wrong way. We have family here. And we have premeditated. Tell me about that. We have trafficking. Why is that here? Pattern repetition. Wrong way. It's ruling out trafficking. Wrong way. Tell me about this King of Clubs, this no hope, this life insurance in reverse. And private property. Why is the private property here? Why is this private property here? New World Order. Tell me more. God, higher power in reverse. No unauthorized persons past this point. It feels like family energy. It feels like the home where Jack and Lily was living. Like life insurance in reverse. Don't rely on the energy there to bring any information to this. Clarify that. Because of this.
Just one sec. Let me turn off my fan for a second. So typically in most cases, the term follow the money is because that's typically, you know, when something happens, a lot of times it's you just follow the money, right? Typically cases, you know, have to do with, you know, usually a few variables, right? Say jealous husband, jealous ex and stuff like that. And, you know, whether it's to do with drugs and different things, but follow the money, you know, it's just almost like a coin term when it comes to cases. Cause a lot of times it has a lot to do with money, whether that's putting out money, say, we'll just say in this case for say children, you know, that they become an inconvenience in a sense, and they're costly and or maybe it's for drugs and maybe children were sold for drugs and stuff like that. But anyways, usually in a lot of crime cases, follow the money. Actually, you know what? While I'm here, let's just pull up that term. What does the term in say true crime mean when they say follow the money? Come on, AI. Charmaine loves this. So follow the money is an investigative principle that means tracing financial transactions, bank accounts, and spending habits to find the true motive, beneficiary, or mastermind behind a crime. So it answers the question, who profits from this crime? The person who gains wealth or gets out of debt is often the real culprit, even if they hired someone to do their dirty work. Trace the trail. Investigators look for bank records, wire transfers, credit card receipts, and hidden assets to see where illegal funds come from and where they went. Expose the network. Financial links can connect low-level criminals to high-level bosses, conspirators, and shell companies. The original phrase gained from the 1976 movie All the President's Men about the Watergate scandal, though investigators and fraud officers used similar advice earlier. So anyways, so a lot of times, yeah, it's because a lot of things, a lot of cases are truly about following the money, right? Um, but yeah, but anyways, again, this is Shal. Uh, she's a tarot card reader, and I just want to speak again personally for anyone, this out, and I don't give a rat's ass whether somebody believes um, me or not. I already had experiences. I already know of signs. I already know that I have a very instinctive intuition about a lot of things. It's what I know that I'm good at when it comes to people. Doesn't mean I'm always right. No, but granted, the majority of the time I am. When I call somebody out, and if I disown you or don't want to be your friend or block you from my life, it's because to me, you are a liar, you're a manipulator, you're a two-faced, backstabbing bitch or whatever like that. And I don't want anything to do with you. I like authentic, so if I say that I had an experience and stuff like that, you don't have to believe me. But I already know that there are people out there that have gifts. I was read one time, like my first time I was ever read. That lady, if I could ever find her again, I'm telling you, she didn't want any information out of you. She literally just told you. It was like someone inputting themselves in your own brain. It's not like you were giving her hints and stuff like that. She literally did not want you to give you your birth date, any information. She said, "It's my job to tell you." And boy, I remember that reading. And if I could ever find her again, she's probably dead at this point, but she was fucking amazing. And she read Margarita, and I knew Margarita's story already. And she was absolutely using names. The one thing I love about Shao is that she just comes across to me as authentic. She follows the line of what a lot of us have been feeling. I don't feel like she's one of these biased people that literally are out to sit there and to try to represent like, oh, well, we've already heard this and stuff like that and blah, 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 blah. It's kind of like she has a ton of videos on Jack and Lily. And if you at all like any of this, what you're hearing, again, I just find that she's grounded, down to earth, and authentic as a person. And so she has said many things that I feel like when somebody's picking your own brain or sometimes giving you food for thought, sometimes on maybe something that that you weren't thinking of. I know she did a video prior to, so this one just dropped today. The one I played at the start was a couple of weeks ago on Malea's interview. But when I originally started watching was more about Wade and about information and stuff like that. Now, in that one, I'm not sure if anyone knows for sure 100%. Is Wade and Cindy still together? I've been told no. I've been told yes. But do you guys know? I just feel like Wade has a lot to say. I feel like Cindy is just like Janie is to Daniel. Cindy is to her daughter. And I believe that family, even if they have suspicions, they're going to try to believe that they had nothing to do with anything, that Daniel and Malaya, even if whereas I feel like Wade is like, cut the fucking crap. All you fucking people are guilty. You know it. Quit your fucking bullshit type of idea. So she did a video on Wade a couple of weeks ago as well. Dropped her link. Thank you for anyone that's been subscribing to Shal. I appreciate it. My goal is to get her to 1,000. We're at 939. So she's gained 10 subscribers from this live. And again, if anyone else can, if you're liking this, please go and subscribe to Shal. Thank you, Shal. I want to say that for allowing me to play your video. Well, I played another one, okay? But anyways, again, Shal doesn't have a ton of subscribers, right? But it's about getting the views out there for Jack and Lily regardless. And if it helps someone who I deem is authentic in trying to grow their channel, not that they're asking for it, but obviously when channels have more exposure, obviously it creates more people to see it and stuff like that. But anyways, I'll continue on with this. Thank you guys for being here.
So I'm just going to clear these out the way. I'm just tapping into this energy at this moment in time. I've not really done many reads like this for Jack and Lily. So I'm bringing these cards back in. We've got the 3 of clubs. We've got the 4 of spades. And then we've got 2 9s, clubs and spades. We've got nightmares. But we've got a least expect energy here. We've got a scandal. And we've got a big surprise. So let's have a little tap into that. What can we see in this energy, please, Spirit? What can you bring us forward in this least expect energy? Connecting to this scandal. Solved. Wowzers. Tell me more, please, Spirit. Tell me more about this energy. Frozen, preserved in reverse. The energy's thawing out. The energy's thawing out. It's not as blocked as it was. There's information leaking through.
Hold the fort. Hold the fort. Joyous. I know what you did. I don't even know what to say at this point, Joyous, besides to have the ability to do what you're doing and doing it for Belinda and the care and the love from you guys. But I have to show you guys this. I'll put this down for 1 second. Sorry, guys, but I stopped the video earlier when 2 other people made a donation for Belinda's GoFundMe. So let's do it again. Because I refreshed. I just happened to refresh as I was on, behind the screen here. And so Joyous donated. She's being consistent in the 600 area for sure. She donated 11 minutes ago, $691. Now, I'm assuming at this point, Joyous, that my $1 million is in my bank account. My digits are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's my bank account number. But anyways, all kidding aside, $7,581 has been raised so far for Belinda. Now, we're just waiting to hear back. Joyous, it wasn't funny. Well, I mean, I was smiling a lot and maybe laughing a little bit, but I was ultra serious because the things that I would do with that $1 million. Yeah, I swear to God, you guys, if I ever had $1 million, I would love to have one of those channels where you're just always helping others or giving back and doing stuff. Or, you know what, actually, let's just have a moment here. Okay, for Joyous. But I'm living in your bank account right now, Joyous. I would honestly love to have a pet shelter that you'd take care and you'd have this fun freaking amusement park for like dogs and cats and stuff like that. Animals mean the world to me because they just want to love you. So I'm just, like I said, Joyous, don't take it personal. I'm just living in your bank account at this moment, picturing these consistent $691, $96, and $87 donations, but crazy, just crazy. All I know for sure is that I'm the better daughter that Belinda loves more than Chelsea. Sorry, Chelsea. No offense to that. Take some a little offense maybe, but I just know that Belinda is just so grateful for that. I'm grateful that, oh, I didn't even know what to say really. I do, but I don't. I'm just grateful that just so many people are willing to assist Belinda in her fight for the court, or lawyers, paperwork, and all that different stuff, so that when she needs it, she has, the ability to do it. And she wouldn't have had that ability at all if it wasn't for you guys. Shut up. So thank you. It was only recently I realized. Well, Joyous, it was at 2000, or not quite 2000, when I first heard about it, because I kind of went on my little hiatus there. And so then I had asked Belinda, I said, well, do you have something? Because we had talked about it, like me, Charmaine, and Kent, and that at the time, because, but Belinda never wanted to come off at all. Like, it takes everything for Belinda to have even asked for help, for assistance from you guys. And so, yeah. So, and then within 2 lives with Belinda, because I just asked her, I said, do you have like anything going? And then she gave me the GoFundMe link, and I'm like, oh, didn't even know this existed. Within 2 lives, we were over 4,000 something. And then I think the next week or something, it was over that, like over 5,000. And then next thing I know, then a lot of you good people, Pinky, Joyous, sorry, I don't want to miss Belinda Belisk. Let's just see here. Just the facts, ma'am. Beth Hindi, Tammy donated earlier, 25. Mabel Mullen, 25. Just the facts had donated $35 that same day. Karen Johnson, Anonymous, 40. Anonymous, Charmaine, Teal, MJ Bragger, Janet Curram, Anonymous. All these people. I was wondering where these little micro transactions kind of came from. I was like, is GoFundMe giving back? Why is it going up like $6? And it was just weird. And I was looking for it, but now I see them. So Teal for Truth Justice donated $6 2 days ago, and same person, Teal for Truth. Okay. Belinda Gray put $40 back in. Now, you guys, don't forget. Yes, Damien took back, I think it was $200 that he asked Belinda back for. Damien, shame. Salman Smith, Mick Winborn, Karen Steves, Karen Johnson, Anonymous, Jamie Parker, Brandon Wozniak. I think that's Cheryl's son. Melissa Yeadon. There's Charmaine there. Charmaine. Jamie Edwards, Karen Walker, Dawn Patterson, Leah, Susie Mack. I know there's more, and one day I'm going to just go through them all. Anyways, thank you. Now I know that Belinda is got her granddaughter with her, and she said, Sonny, I'll try to catch the live if I can, but I know that when she has her granddaughter, grandkids, whatever, she's, all invested in that. But I'm going to say for you, and Chelsea, and is going to say, thank you so much from the bottom of the hearts for all the support for Belinda. Can't say it enough. And if there's anyone that tries to take away from this, be ashamed of yourselves, honestly. It's one thing for the fraudulent and BS type of GoFundMes, and it's another when there's just genuineness, kindness of a loving person like Belinda Gray. And you guys know how you guys feel about her, how I feel about her. And it's because you guys know in your hearts that she's just an authentic grandma that wants to find answers for Jack and Lily. And she wants to fight for the guardianship of Jack and Lily. And I don't give a shit if Malaya don't like it. I don't give a shit if Cindy don't like it. I don't give a shit who doesn't like it. Belinda deserves to be the one to get the answers for Jack and Lily. She's the one that's been putting herself out there. And she's not the one that was ever on the property. Every donation. Chelsea says, I've met some truly caring, loving people throughout all this, and I'm grateful for that. I have too. I've met some great people. And honestly, I feel blessed. And I do really feel blessed when I say this, that in this channel, we don't want the bad apples in here. We don't mind voices and opinions that differ. Don't mind that at all, right? It would be a very boring ass world if we all thought the same way about everything. But we try to keep this channel always restricted from the little dickheads out there of the world because they don't belong in this space. So to me, it does mean a lot because you guys truly are all the people, all the regulars, or even the newcomers that come along that come in and then they end up staying, right? It's just about trying to be in a very a caring space. And Murdered and Missing is an absolute caring space. And when people try to pick it apart and say that people don't deserve to have any income at all, right? You guys, again, you don't see me sitting here promoting, oh yeah, just donate to me, donate to me, donate to me. Sorry, Joyous, $1 million right now. Let's go. Chop, let's go. No, just kidding. But anyways, you know what I mean, right? It's just about keeping it with kind people that are caring, that are here for the right reasons, and not because they're little dickheads trying to come in here. And that's why I keep it on subscriber mode. And anyone that, of course, shows their true colors, then again, they're just going to get booted and they're going to have to wait all the hours to try to rejoin again. And then if they pop up and become a weasel, they're gone again. So I want to say from the bottom of my heart, for me, you guys are my family on this channel. And I'm grateful for so many great people that I've met along the way. Truly am. Chelsea, we are here for Jack and Lily. I defended your mom on another channel and you shouldn't even have to. I stay true just like you, your mom. Damien, shame on you. Give Teabagger a kiss for me, can you? Now, I mean, you know, they can do what they want, but come on. Damien, seriously, dude. Again, it's supposed to be about Jack and Lily, right? Sunny, you make this comfortable space where we don't have to hold back on our thoughts. Shar, the same. Keep it on being you, right? Absolutely. You know, what I like about me and Charmaine and others, you know, that are kind of similar personalities is that we love a lot and we'll do a lot, but we will also hold our own when we need to or when we don't need to. But one thing that I know about us is that we're as authentic as you can get when it comes to just speaking from our hearts, speaking truth. And what we're here for is Jack and Lily and all the other bullshit out there. I really don't care. Especially Charmaine, eh, Sunny? Hey, Charmaine. But anyways, you know, and that's all I like in this lifetime. Whether it's real or here, just keeping it real, keeping it authentic, doing it for the right reasons, and just coming to see all these people that are supporting Belinda in this GoFundMe. So can't thank you guys enough. Right, less love, sister Chelsea? She's going to succumb to that one day. And she's going to say, like, Sunny, I'm going to come up that live and I'm going to tear a strip out of you. And then bring it. Thank you. Gasp. I'll mailing it out tomorrow for everyone who emails me tonight. So that's again with Darius. For anyone, what did Charmaine say? For anyone who entered to win Darius pens and bracelets to email me their address and stuff like that. Okay. Now, Joyce, if you're done having enough praise and all you people that are out there having enough praise, if you haven't, please hit the like, please hit the share, please hit the subscribe to Shal's channel. If you're interested in any of her, she has some great videos. I would suggest highly. You got nothing but time on your hands right now, people. You know, so if Shal has a lot of great videos on Jack and Lily, and sometimes it's just food for thought sometimes. All right. Let's just do this again. Helicopter Grandma, amen. Sunny's the goat. I'm a goat. I prefer the cow seed.ow. Yeah. Whale, orca. No, just kidding. I will stand by Belinda all day long, every second of the day. Helicopter, you show so much support, and I thank you for that. I won't discuss them. Not worth my time. And they're not. They're not. We'll just do us. They can do them. But at the end of the day, it becomes Jack and Lily. And that's what matters. I find this channel to be absolute. Joyous, move aside for a second here. Hi, Attica. How are you? What were you saying there, Attica? Now, Attica, the only thing I think you were missing there was I find this channel to be absolutely incredible over Charmaine's channel. I think that you just missed a little typo there. I don't always share, but watch and listen. I'm in awe of all of the loving, sweet souls that are in this world. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Okay. So back to our regular scheduled program. So I'll update this again along the way if there's more updates to do for the GoFundMe for Belinda. But now we'll go back. Hold on, I got to go back and find Shal's stuff. Charmaine, you know I said that with a lot of love. Yeah, I'm gonna kick you in your leg. Don't pipe down over there. Cause you some more cramps. Okay. Where was I again? Right. Hold on. Coming back. Charmaine knows I love her. It was a pleasure meeting her over my vacation days on the way back. I would have liked to have stayed longer, but she was in a muddle with family members and the place getting done. But I'd love to go back up there, for a visit with her and Ian and then Harvey. And once the house is kind of good to go and stuff like that, and just chill and maybe have a few drinks or something like that. Now, no, I'm on the wrong one. I need to be here. Blah, 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 Sunny. Okay.
Tell me more about this big surprise. What is this big surprise energy here?
This is true for me.
Grandparent elder. Tell me about that. Why is that here? It's a secret weapon. Can you tell us any more at this time about this energy? We have work in reverse. This is about somebody, grandparent, elder energy. And the work in reverse, it's like bringing an energy of somebody that created setbacks and obstacles in this energy. I don't want to name names, but I think a lot of people who's been following this will know who this is. And this is clarifying that energy that we had before about family members diffusing information. That's the secret weapon. The secret weapon. It's like it's like an unconventional method of energy involving psychology and technology, saying things on social media. It's like somebody trying to diffuse something. And there's going to be a big surprise in that energy. Tell me about the nightmares. This 9 of spades here. Nightmares in abundance. Home safety. And life insurance. This is all around the home energy. What's concealed? Tell me about that. Clarify what's concealed. Abuse, neglect. What was once hidden and concealed about abuse, neglect in the home is connected to nightmares. will give you nightmares. So this is a little bit of a different way of tapping into the energy now, because time's gone by and the energy at the beginning when we used to do all the reads was very, very blocked. But what happens as time goes by, people become more relaxed in the energy. When things quieten down a little bit, people become a little bit complacent. And that complacent energy there is what opens up. And you can tap in. But this energy here, we have the least expect. We have the number 3, connecting the dots, third-party energies. And we have solved. Bringing this energy together. So let's just compile it with the missing variable. So I'm going to do a few reads for Jack and Lily moving forward. And this is just a starter base energy, just to have a little tap in to start opening up our energy. So let's collate the energy now with the missing variable to bring this together. So we have the death card. We had short trip, big fat liar, wrong way, no hope, least expect, a scandal, big surprise, and nightmares. And we have the Jack of Diamonds. We've got Jack, the apprentice of ambition, young, driven, but morally conflicted. The apprentice of ambition, young, driven, but morally conflicted. And at the bottom here, we have a male, and there's a quote. I dream of riches, but every choice feels like a gamble with my soul. Number 7, putting things into perspective. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Rookie in the spotlight. Thrust into public scrutiny too soon, facing criticism and intrigue. And that's got Martell written all over it. Thrust into public scrutiny too soon. The apprentice of ambition. That's like that energy at the beginning with all those interviews he did, where he exposed himself with body language and conflicting narratives.
So that is the end of that one there. So I know now I'm on a shell kick here. I'm wondering, it's 7:50 my time. I know it's getting late your guys' time. One second here. I'm sure Shal would nod her head, but do you guys want to watch the one where she's talking about Wade? 1 for yes, 2 for no. And it would be the last one that I would do. And of course, to support Shal and her channel as well. I mean, it's because obviously I wanted to watch it. Wow, Jane Doe, that's a long road trip. Joyous is 1. Sunny is 1. Anybody want to watch the one with Wade? 1 for yes, 2 for no. You guys got a little bit more time in you? Meet in Ontario. Oh my God. Ontario takes, I think, just 3 days to drive by frickin' Ontario. Truth and Beauty. Okay, right. Shall they talked me into it? Whoops. Oh, which reminds me, Peggy Day. Thank you for the bucket of KFC coffee through the coffee app there. I saw that, by the way. Thank you so much for that, Peggy Day. Don't want to forget you because you always usually send me the bucket of KFC, which I don't think. Every now and again, I'll just have to play that video because it still makes me laugh. to be honest with you. It's 7:50 here, Sunny. Perfect. JJ says yes. Leanne. It's 7:50 there at you now, Sunny. 7:51, actually, as a matter of fact. All right, all right, all right. So again, please, for anyone watching this and stuff, please subscribe to Shal. It doesn't, it's free. It's free, and it helps out bring awareness to Jack and Lily and stuff like that. She's a very sweet lady. This is here. I'll just go to the actual channel for a second for Shal. Share screen. Okay, so as you can see, like this is I'm honestly I'm not sure what her real name is. I can't. I think months ago I saw someone say it. Sorry, Shal. But this is her channel right here, Shal Spirit Tarot. Let me just hit refresh on this. Come on, do we have any more subscribers for Shal tonight? Yes, 942. Thank you guys. So again, she got lots of videos. If you go back, you'll see tons about Jack and Lily. And again, I just like listening to her. I just find her to be just the cards, but her just the way it just comes off as genuine listening to her. She actually it's like, to be honest, listening to her, it's like having a cup of hot chocolate, Yeah. But anyway, so the one I'm talking about is this one, the missing link.
Hi, welcome in.
One sec.
I've not tapped into Jack and Lily Sullivan.
Play that in a second. Let's see here. I'm gonna leave my border down because I know it's easier for you guys to see if I don't have it up. Oh, okay. Pen bear has been spotted in many different areas on the mountain. Well, I tell you right now, if Charmaine ever gets attacked by a bear, I'm covering that story first. Just saying. But it's going to be one of those ones where she lives at the end. However, okay, can't lose Charmaine yet. Not yet. All right. I don't sleep. I'm old. I gotcha. I had like 3 hours sleep yesterday, to get up. Just was listening. I was watching Shal, and I was watching a couple other. I like to watch the first love dates, Ireland and the UK and stuff like that. Maybe so. To me, it's like when I'm listening to the accents and stuff. Now it's just like I hear it for the most part, unless it's really thick. So to me, so I'm sorry guys, because I played the first one at 1.5 speed. And I was just thinking that, I was trying to do it so that it wasn't the 39 minutes and that, it would still, because I didn't feel like it was like blah, 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 type of thing, but maybe because of the accent. Okay. But anyways, okay. So let me take this down. It bears as well. Yesterday next door. I've been for some reason too. I've been watching a lot of bear clips, and I bet you any money when I get off this live and then I end up laying down, I'm pretty sure that my phone is listening to me, and I'm going to be seeing a bunch of bear things to watch for sure. So I'll make this bigger. Take this down. Whoops. Yeah. Don't forget to hit like and share. Then I'm going to hit play. Now this one here. I think it was, nope. This one here is 17 minutes and 40. Okay, guys? So
for quite some time. I've been drawn to their energy today. Here with a shaman.
Get to the shuffling part.
Here in this energy with Jack and Lily. I don't know whether something's going to be announced or whether something's going on behind the scenes.
And this is before Malia's interview.
New beginnings. Something new on the horizon for Jack and Lily Sullivan. So let's open this energy, and we're just going to shuffle for one card to get the overall energy. Just one card, please, Spirit. Starting with the Three of Pentacles in reverse. on this particular deck, the Three of Pentacles in the original deck has 3 people. In this deck, it only has 2. And we've got 2 people here holding up a really big, heavy, concrete-looking ball of energy. And this is fell in reverse. So it feels like somebody who is connected with the disappearance of Jack and Lily have been holding on to this really heavy energy. But the energy's changed. The energy here is shift shaping, and this is fell in reverse in this energy. So it's like somebody's putting down this heavy weight, this heavy burden. And it's 2 people. I feel as well, looking at the card here, somebody here who has not shown their identity quite as much, or even not really shown their identity. They've got the back to us here and the hood's up. It's being followed with the 8 of Wands. And this is a change. This is a big change coming in with this 8 of Wands energy. Tell me more about this. And it's being followed with the moon in reverse. See how we have somebody running here, but the shadow is chasing them. Not anymore. Because this energy has been shape-shifted. There's some changes here. Whether this will be revealed, whether this is something that's going on behind the scenes, but there's been some change. This feels like authorities. Tell me more about this 8 of Wands. We have the 6 of Swords, and it's fell as a challenge. I don't know why, but the name Wade has just come into the energy. And I know that Wade is a person who has been part of this investigation, as he has links to Malaya's mother. Tell me about that. Tell me about this 6 of Swords that's fell as a challenge. And we have the Temperance in reverse. I feel like somebody's coming forward with information that's going to connect some dots. And it's going to shake the foundations. Let's have a little tap in with the investigation cards. Tell me more about this energy, this new beginning. Tell me about this person whom has been in the energy but not in the energy is what it feels. Tell me about this person. We have the sun. Yes, correct path. We're on track with this energy. Tell me more. Missing, searching. And we have family connection. I feel like there's some information coming in. Let's have a little tap with whispers. Okay. Feels like somebody is bringing some energy in, bringing some information forward. Feels like somebody that has been part of it but has kind of stayed out of sight. And the name Wade came in. So tell me about this correct path. Clarify this correct path, please, Spirit, for Jack and Lily's energy read today. We have conspiracy theory. And abuse, neglect in reverse. The conspiracy theory card is connecting me with...
I do want to be very clear on this, is that she knows who Wade is, but in this reading is that she's pulling his energy, and that so that's what's going on here. It's not that we don't know who Wade is, or so it's not one before. She knows who Wade is, but it's just that his energy is coming into this particular reading. No different if it was Jack and Lily or Malaya or Daniel or whatever. So that's what this reading is about, just that his energy is coming, and what is his energy showing. That's all I want to say, just to make that clear.
The Wade energy. It's like it's an attempt to protect themselves from knowing about information surrounding the case. It's like somebody protecting themselves from perceived threats. When the information comes out, it's like one of those energies of, well, why didn't you say something? It feels like somebody backtracking and covering the tracks in the energy of knowing something, about abuse, neglect. See how we've got the card in reverse? This is like hidden evidence. It feels like somebody is backtracking to cover their own tracks. Somebody that might know more information than they've given that could lead to something. Not because they are connected in that energy, but because they've overheard conversations and kept it quiet. Tell me about missing, searching. Contract paperwork. It feels like an energy of possibly knowing where they are. New World Order in reverse, and we've got contract paperwork. Somebody is making a statement here in this energy, And the New World Order in reverse is showing the energy that is being highlighted when this statement is being made is the kind of energy that exposes deception. It indicates hidden truths or hidden agendas, like covering somebody's back kind of energy.
Absolutely not, Marie. Marie said this is in reference to Wade being like if you're talking about being the person, not the person that had something to do with Jack and Lily's disappearance, but basically this is about someone that has more knowledge than possibly what they're saying, and that, you know, Wade being around, say, the environment of Malaya and Cindy and stuff like that, that basically saying that he has more information than he's saying, about, you know, other things that he might know that he overheard, and stuff like that. Now, whatever, I'm not, like I said, whether Wade and Cindy are together or not, I still feel like when we listen to Tint's video with Wade, you know, Wade had a lot to say, and it was definitely not good things. So this video is more about that, about somebody that, say, has possibly overheard things, that knows more. Maybe he doesn't know it or something like that. You know, maybe he is a crucial key to some information. That's what this video is about, that Shal's doing right now.
AJ, tell me about the family connection. Why is that card here, please? We have Republican in reverse. Tell me more. And red flag. The Republican in reverse is bringing me an energy of somebody that has stayed out the limelight, somebody that has disappeared in the energy. It's like, with the Republican in reverse, it's like internal party divisions. So it's like somebody's left this energy, this circle of energy. They've left it. And it was there at that timeline when that person left this energy, moved themselves out of this picture and moved themselves away from this situation, is when the red flag was there, when it should have been picked up. That there was something more behind that energy, that separation. This is feeling like Malaya's mother's partner energy. It's like covering somebody's back energy, knowing information about something that would connect the authorities with the missing searching energy. And the separation, I'm feeling separation. Have they separated? Wade and Malaya's mother, have they separated? There feels like a separation. And it's like this was a red flag energy there of that separation. Or there may be a separation coming in this energy. It's like somebody wanting to leave, so they're not part of it, so they can't be drawn in to something. That's what it feels like. So let's finish this energy reading now. Like I say, I was drawn to Jack and Lily today. I've not done a read, really, a new read, opening new energy for quite some time. So I'm going to finish with a missing variable, just to collate this energy. And the 41 on this card standing out to me, and I keep looking at it, and I'm looking at the 4, and that's bringing in like stability, and I'm looking at the 1, and that's like new beginnings, and then I keep adding it together, and it keeps spirit downloading all the time. So it's kind of wanting me to look at it, and the 4 and the 5, and that 5 is bringing in adversity, this change. I'm feeling a change in the relationship status. I don't know whether it's already happened or it's going to come, but there's a change. So let's collate this energy. We have the 6 of clubs, and the 6 is bringing in growth. It's bringing in something different in the energy. We have at the top here the trail of evidence. Follow the steps, uncover the truths. Number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The moral dilemmas of pursuing the truth. The moral dilemmas of pursuing the truth. The trail of evidence. And that's what it feels like something's been covered up. The evidence of this energy here. The missing, searching, the evidence of finding Jack and Lily has been covered up. And it's like somebody doesn't want part of this. Follow the steps, uncover the truth. And I'm getting that. I'm getting a download of steps, somebody walking away. Follow the steps. The red flag is when the separation came. It was like a red flag in the energy. Or this energy is coming. If this separation has not already happened, if it has, there is a red flag there of more reasons behind that separation, of somebody that doesn't want part in this energy, somebody that knows too much, somebody that's overheard too much energy, and they don't like it, they don't want to hear it, and they don't want to be part of it. That's what this feels like. And it feels like there's going to be a statement made.
Oh, bam, 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 bam. That's the end of that one, guys. So thanks for everyone for watching all of those. And if you haven't liked this live, please do so for Jack and Lily. And obviously for Shal, can you subscribe if you don't mind? And if you enjoyed watching it, I'm telling you, go back and watch some of our ones on Jack and Lily. It's really the same, like I said, like the same thoughts that most of us all have, regardless. And probably that's why, of course, why I'm drawn to it. Well, I'm drawn to it for a couple reasons. Again, authenticity. When you're listening to somebody, she just is soft spoken in a sense. It's almost like a cup of hot chocolate, like I said, but it's like I said, whether it's thought provoking, certain times that you hear something and stuff like that. But in the meantime, we're just waiting for answers for Jack and Lily. 1 second, sorry. And so please check Shal's channel out. Go back and watch some of her videos. Now the only thing I'm gonna do now, guys, is because we're gonna end this live. Yeah. Hi, Badettes. Hi, Badet. But anyways, I thoroughly enjoy your readings. Like I said, I just find it's what I call when I feel like something's like normal thinking, normal thoughts and stuff like that. The last thing I'm going to do though, before I get off, is just for Dolly Parton, in honor of Dolly Parton. Rest in peace. I'm just going to play a little bit at the start, and then I'm just going to go to when a family member is speaking for Dolly Parton. And yeah, just thank you guys all for being here. And if you want to stick around, watch this for a moment, feel free. If not, you guys have a great rest of your night. Charmaine, I just want to put up these quickly. Charmaine, 45 months. She gifted 5 memberships at the start of the. Hey, Charmaine, I'm going to have to check that out. Those Rick rolls didn't go off, did they? Huh. Now that I think about that. No, what happened? When I clicked on Streamlabs. Oh, because you know why? I don't know why, but it's asking me to update Streamlab, or, it's doing its thing. So that could have been why it didn't go off. It just dawned on me now. Colleen, member for 12 months. Thank you guys for anyone that's members and stuff like that. Again, Peggy Day, thank you for the coffee, for the bucket of KFC. Truth and Beauty, 2 jewels. Leanne Jefferson, 200 jewels. And Share Cares, 100 jewels. And of course, to the ones, Joyous, to donating to the GoFundMe for Berlin. I don't think it's changed since that. Let me just hit refresh one more time. Nope, it hasn't. So I'm just going to leave that as it is. And to Tammy and Mabel for donating $25 tonight. And Joyous was $691. Crazy. But anyways, you guys. So I'm just going to play just a little bit of this for Dolly in honor. Hate Miss Live. Replay crew. She lived a great life. Rest in peace, Dolly. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. All right. Thank you, Helicopter Grandma. Then that can't be Anita because she hasn't been quiet at all. I think it was more so, I don't know. I remember when I first, I think, heard Anita say that Wade had like left, right? Gone to his sister's house to live. So who knows? Who knows? Okay, so Dolly. We'll put Dolly up for a minute. Wonderful Dolly Parton. Thank you for all your years that you've given us. I love this lady. So we'll just watch a little bit for a second, and then I'm going to go to the actual part where I think the family members talking.
What we are learning here so far, she just 4 days ago had said she still has so many things she wants to achieve. We've seen her in numerous movies. She's stolen so many hearts as a beloved philanthropist and person who's given so much to the people of Tennessee and beyond. Our entertainment correspondent, Paul Milliken's over here miking up, getting ready to join me at the desk to talk through this conversation. But her career truly spanned decades. It included Grammy wins, film roles, and later in life, a musical inspired with her life titled Dolly. She was preceded in death by her husband of more than nearly 60 years, Carl Thomas Dean, who died March of 2025. And we understand that her nephew, Brian Seaver, revealed the news in an Instagram video, talking a little bit about what they were willing to share regarding her death. And Paul is just now joining us here at the streaming desk. So I'd like to come back out while we watch this video of Dolly. Paul, just truly shocking.
Yeah, some really hard news to hear. I mean, you talk about somebody who everybody loves. We say that over and over, but it's so true. And this is really heartbreaking news. I'm just pulling up Instagram right now to see what was written there. And this, this sort of tracks with what we've been hearing. I mean, it's been a couple of months now that we knew that Dolly Parton was having health issues. Yes. And the one thing I'll say about Dolly Parton is she, as open as she was with her fans, she also let people know what she wanted them to know. And the health problems were really kept close to her vest. She really didn't talk a lot about what was going on behind the scenes. We knew there were things going on, but we don't know what exactly they were. So I think we'll hear a lot more information coming out on what maybe she's been going through for a while. But again, I mean, just heartbreaking news to hear, not totally unexpected, but so sad. Sure. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Good to see you.
All right, let's take a listen to this video.
Hey everyone, my name is Brian Seaver, son of Cassie Parton, and I'm representing the Parton and Owens family today, announcing the passing of my Aunt Dolly Rebecca Parton Dean, sister, sis, Aunt Granny to one generation and Gigi to the next. This video announcement is something Dolly asked of me years ago, before I fully absorbed it as a future reality. As her head of security for more than 2 decades, a role my father Larry held before me, I have imagined the heaviness of this moment, but haven't truly felt it until now. It is an honor that is mixed with absolute pride and great sadness. But sadness lies with us, not with Dolly. Dolly has lived in the light and is in the arms of Jesus, surely met by Carl, her parents, and countless others who have watched her and longed for her to meet them in the heavens. I first went on the road with Dolly as a kid, getting a taste of the road life in the early 1980s. Dolly opened doors not just for me, but for her entire family to reach the potential we didn't even know was possible. Dolly also opened doors for generations of singers, songwriters, musicians, and dreamers from every walk of life and across every continent. By her example, we believed that anything was possible. She never saw a door she couldn't open, and the doors she opened made and changed history. My family and I have shared a lifetime of beautiful memories with Dolly, but so have you. She has always been on your television, your record player, your CD, and on your phone playlist, becoming an extended part of your family, whether you liked it or not. Our family and the team she has entrusted with her legacy will work diligently to ensure her spirit will live with us forever. Dolly was a farmer, just like her daddy. He farmed the soil, she farmed songs and happiness. Dolly called me and said she wants to rest in a beautiful bed of plush cotton because after a life wearing heavy rhinestones, she finally deserves to be comfortable and have some rest. Rest in peace, Aunt Dolly, Aunt Granny, Gigi. May God bless Dolly Parton, and may God bless you all. She will always love you.
Tribute to Dolly Parton from her nephew as they share the news on social media. You guys are pouring in with tributes here on TikTok, YouTube. I have Marin here saying, rest in peace, Dolly. May your wings bedazzle dazzle with stardust. I know that she touched so many of your lives, and we will be remembering her for the days to come for sure.
That was the coming to the end. I just was going to play that part. And that Hi Cessnal Kumar Sabathai. Thank you for subscribing. Rest in heavily, please, Dolly. Absolutely. Okay, so on our way out, of course, beautiful Dolly Parton died at 80 years old. And for any of us that have lived through the time of Dolly and Kenny Rogers and stuff like that, again, just a very iconic, beautiful woman, and loved her songs. My favorite one, there's a lot, but the Christmas Hard Candy one, I just love it. And by the way, did I tell you guys it's 4 months till Christmas? Every time I see the 25th, I'm like, okay, 6 months. Well, I'll start basically at 12 months to Christmas. Okay, 11 months. So whenever I see the 25th. So today's 25th. Maybe in parts it's just after 12 now and stuff like that. But anyways, all I know is gonna miss Dolly for sure. But of course, Jack and Lily Sullivan disappeared May 25th, May 2nd of 2025. Obviously, we're here for fighting for answers and justice for Jack and Lily and just for answers. And also, thank you guys for your love and support for the channel, for Belinda and the GoFundMe. And I'm not sure if I'm going to do a live tomorrow. I do work an early one, but we'll see. Depends what I decide to do on my iPad in bed once I get there. Because sometimes I'll be on my iPad, talking to AI, the one that Charmaine loves so much. And I'll just think of things and I'll be like, oh, yeah, I want to talk about this, right? But anyways, you guys, she can't, Daisy. YouTube will take the live down. Oh, no, you can't play. Yeah, you can't play those type of copyrighted songs without your... but and it was, and it's not even a copyright strike, it's just a copyright claim, right, in a sense. But basically, if you're playing certain songs during a live, you'll come down. I mean, I remember when Mike Damon was playing a bunch of clips and then his live stream would go down. I've had it happen to me too. and you're like, oh shit, certain songs that won't and other ones that will. But regardless, if you're playing a copyrighted one, it just depends which songs they are. But anyways, I mean, I would love to play it. And because I don't have a singing voice, I'm not going to be singing any Dolly songs. But anyways, you guys, prayers to you guys again for last time for Shal. Please check her out. She has a bunch of these videos. Thanks, Shal, for letting me. Well, I only asked her for one approval, but I hope she doesn't mind for the other two I played on. It's just trying to bring attention to the channel as she covers Jack and Lily, because, of course, the more people that see it, the more people that are aware of it, and it keeps their faces out there and talking. So, anyways, with that being said, you guys, thank you, bless, have a great night, and we will end the live. Mwah. Have a good night, guys. Oh, Charmaine had a pipe up there. I was surprised my brother's band's live wasn't taken down. Clearly wasn't there. No, Charmaine, ones like that, right? Unless they're a copy, like, have like a claim and stuff like that. Ones like what you played, they're not going to take those down, right? Because those are just, artists that are singing songs, and you can sing the songs. Like if I was to sing a song right now, that's, popular Dolly Parton song or whatever, it wouldn't get taken down. It's only when it's like the original artist or somebody has copyright protection and stuff like that. But yeah, but anyways, you guys, thank you guys all for being here. Have a great night. Possibly see you tomorrow. Good night, everybody. Oh, I guess I should hit end stream.